you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
There is violence, of course, but not by me and not by anybody I employ, because it's not good business.
And the execution of a known target.
You're gonna make your fortune by. But if you lose, don't ask no questions why.
I want his house burnt to the ground. I want you to find this Nancy boy. I want his family dead. I want him dead.
How do you feel about here? I'm gonna try and find this clip I saw circulating of Daredevil Born Again because I'm gonna be watching it. I'm still pretty skeptical, even as much as I mean, love the character. The Netflix shows had their problems, but I feel like in hindsight, we're gonna be like, oh, we had it so good, especially in terms of like how those shows looked. Like they like just the look of Hell's Kitchen. Because every clip I've seen, like it, I'm like these tenement buildings that they're fighting, they don't look dirty. Like where's the graffiti? Like where's the fucking like I should feel like I need to take a bath after the Hell's Kitchen scene because it's like so grimy and shit. Like
I hope
I
in
don't,
one scene it's just Kingpin being like, "Look what I did to the neighborhood."
I cleaned it up.
Yeah, you're just punching people and there's blood everywhere. He's like, "Well, your criminals are doing criminal things," and he's like, "That's not the point. I cleaned up." He's like, "What? I mean, if you had just given me a mop, I'd have just mopped it up too." He's like, "Yeah, but you lawyers, no one can trust you slick lawyers." I hope it's a lot of shitting on lawyers this season. I hope it's like them doing legal battles and then Kingpin's just always like, "Lawyers are pieces of shit. I don't like them." Then he's just digging into him because he can't like punch him, right? Oh, also, what's crazy is that like there's been a lot of circulating news that the showrunner that took over after they botched the first couple of like takes, I guess, when they tried to reboot this, was like, "I wanted to make a show less about a man punching things." And I was like, literally any of the trailers that you showed were like him punching people.
No,
It's
because
all
like
over the place.
I was kind of into the original take of like when they were like, no, it's just gonna be like a procedural law show that happens to have Daredevil in it. I was like, that sounds good actually. Like, and then actually commit to that format where it's like a 20 episode season, and a lot of them are just one offs. I mean, maybe you have some character development that moves the plot forward in them, but it's just like, hey, here's his case of the week. And maybe sometimes the person he's defending is like a Marvel character.
I think that would make a great, like, just in general TV show that they could, like, just do, right? Like, they don't need Daredevil to be.
Did you see the bullseye?
Yeah,
clip?
I'm watching this clip right now. But as I'm watching this, I like my they can just make a lawyer show with She-Hulk.
Like just
like having She-Hulk
Right.
and him do lawyer stuff and just having that as like a Daredevil and She-Hulk kind of TV show where it's just the lawyers doing lawyery things as like a kind of comedy drama series would be like super great. I think
And
that
occasionally
would
he
be
excuses himself from court. He's like, "Oh, sorry, Karen Foggy. I gotta go do a Daredevil thing."
yeah,
But
and
then
that
it
could
ends
be
up
like a good gag of like they have to do all the work per normal, and he's like, I gotta go beat some guys up.
yeah, and then it could tie into the case somehow, maybe too. Uh, and this clip, I mean, all the other stuff, I like I said, I didn't love the look of the show. This is probably the best looking thing that I've seen in terms of like the just cinematography and choreography of this. They're trying to do another one, like one continuous shot. Even if we fake it, we're gonna make it look like one shot of this fight that spills into this stairwell or whatever, or not fight. It's really just like them stumbling around, which I like when fights get sloppy and you tell like they're really injured and tired. But it's a weird clip to put out beforehand, because one, wouldn't you want the oneer to be a surprise, and then two, with the sound on, I guess spoilers potentially for Daredevil Born Again. I mean, Marvel put out this clip, but you hear Karen at the very beginning being like, they're on their way, it's okay, like she's like talking about like the paramedics are on their way to someone, like Matt's remembering her say that, like it's ringing in his head while he's fighting Bullseye. I'm like, oh, so Bullseye kills Foggy or something. And it's just a weird thing to put out 2 days before the show. I mean, people are gonna watch it. It's Daredevil, so you don't need to, like, if he is actually gonna die, I would have liked to have been blindsided by that. Of like, I mean, not from Daredevil comics, like Karen got killed by Bullseye, so like, it wouldn't have been like that out of left field. But in terms of like what the show, I'm like, oh, I didn't expect this Disney Plus show was just gonna like fucking start killing beloved character. I don't know if it's maybe it's a misdirect. Maybe they're just fucking with us. I don't know.
Maybe it's not Foggy from this universe. Maybe there's a Foggy from another universe, and then he's gonna be like, Daredevil, I'm from another universe, and he's like, what? And he's like, yeah, and then they're like, whoa, and then they're like, did that Bullseye guy kill me?
And then John Berthold comes out of a portal and he's like, I'm Punisher from a universe who can do PG-13 action. I still kind of shoot people, but you're not going to see their heads explode. And maybe there'll be some violence that's obscured by a thing. And I'm generally just like less rough around the edges. And I'm just like kind of chill. I'm a nice guy, actually.
Yeah.
People like hanging out with me.
Yeah.
I'm like, what if Frank was chill?
Slop.